Tafku Samechtet, the first day of Hanukkah, after the lighting of the Ner Hanukkah, a guest came to a balabais and he asked the balabais, "What is your parnasa? What do you do for a living?" So he says, "I don't have a specific parnasa. I don't have a profession. Just I live off the world, whatever I can find." So he says, "And So what do you learn? What are you learning?" So he answered him, and they started talking. And they started, and as they were talking, they went to a conversation, and they got to talk things that really, from the heart talk. And suddenly the Balabai started craving Kedusha. He got I want Kedusha. So the guest told him, I'll learn with you. So the Balabai started wondering, maybe this is not a person at all. Maybe this is not a human being. But he saw that he's talking to me like a human being. So immediately he decided he's going to believe in him, as a tzaddik, as if this is going to believe in him. And immediately he started calling Rebbe. So he said, first of all, so the Balabais told his guest, he realized that he's special. This is not just a regular human being. He says, first of all, I want to learn from you how to behave with you, how to honor you, how to respect you, how to behave with you, how to be careful with your kavod. And chas v'shalom, we shouldn't say that chas v'shalom, I will toigim with your kavod. That I will damage chas v'shalom. No. But I'm just a human being. The human being is very difficult to be very careful with the kavod of Adam Chashuv. That's why I want you to teach me how to behave with your kavod. So the guest told him, right now I don't have any time for that. Afterwards, I'll come to you and I'll teach you that. Now I have to go away. So he told him, I need to learn this also. How much do I have to accompany you? How long do I have to walk? So he said, until the opening of the door, until the doorstep. So he started thinking, how will I go out with him? Right now, there are people around. But if I'm going to go out the door with him, alone, who knows who he is? So he asked him, so he told him, I don't know what to do, I'm afraid of you. Maybe you're going to kidnap me, I don't know what to do, what are you? So he said, if I can teach you this, how to walk with me, whatever, I could do anything I want to you right now as well. I don't need to be alone with you. So he went with him to the opening, and immediately he grabbed him, he grabbed him, and he started to fly. And they flew off. And he was very cold. The balabais was very cold. So the guest gave him a garment. He says, take this, wear this, and you'll feel better. And you'll have food and drink and everything else, and you'll be sitting at home. And he flew with him. And while this was going on, he looked around, he saw it, he's in his own house. He's still at home. And he couldn't believe, I'm at home. And he's still, he's sitting, he's drinking, he's eating, he's talking with people, like the people. And then he looked back and he saw he's still flying with this guest. And then he looked back and he says he's still at home with the guest of his own house. And then he looked back and he says he's still flying. And it was like that. He kept on going for a long time. And then he put him down between two mountains. And he found a sefer on there. And in the sefer, there were combinations of letter, Aleph and Ches, is Dalet, and so forth and so on. And also, there were vessels drawn, different kind of cups and saucers and vessels in that sefer. And within the vessels, the dishes, there were letters. And also within the dishes, there were letters with which you could make the kelim, you could make the dishes. And he saw this, And he saw this, and he had a cheshek to learn the sefer. And then he looked around, and he saw that he's at home. And then he looked again, and he saw that he's there, together with the sefer. And he said, you know something, maybe I'll go up the mountain, maybe I'll find some kind of a kibbutz, some kind of a moshav, some kind of a bunch of people. And he came to the mountain, and he saw a tree made of gold. That all the limbs of the tree were of gold. And on all the limbs of the tree, all the branches of the tree, were kalim similar to the kalim that were drawn in the sefer that he learned. And within the kalim, there were the tools with which you make the tools. Because when you make a cup, you need a tool to make the cup. So within the tools, there were the tools for making the tools. And he wanted to take some of the tools away with him, but he couldn't because they were all tied up with the twigs from the tree and they couldn't be separated. And still he was looking around in his own house. And he had this absolute marvel, what is going on? Once I'm here, once I'm there. And he wanted to tell it to the people he was with in his house. He said, how can you tell such a wonder to people? Something that people could not possibly believe. And in the meantime, he looked out the window and he saw his guest. And he started asking him, please come in. Please come into the house. So the guest told him, I don't have no time now because I'm walking to you. I'm on my way to you, so I have no time to come in now. He says, that itself is totally unbelievable. What kind of a wonder this is? You are here, and he says, you don't have time because you're coming to me. So he told him, when you acquiesced, when you agreed to come with me, to walk with me to the Pesach, to the threshold of the house, I took your neshama, and I gave your neshama a garment from Gan Eden, from the lower Gan Eden. The nefesh and the ruach remained by you. That's why when you cling your thought to here, you're here. When you cling your thought to there, you're there. And you bring ha'ara, illumination from there to you. When you come back here, you are here. And I don't know from which world this Maisa is. Me'olam tovu bevadai, but it comes from a good world, from a good reality, from a good spiritual universe, bevadai. Vadai lo nigmar v'lo nistayim, and still haven't finished and haven't concluded. Hat kan.